Hello everyone, welcome to Chanchu's economics class. Today we are going to discuss the topic, why does demand curve slopes downwards? Previously we have seen on what is demand and also the law of demand, and in law of demand I have explained that there is an inverse relationship between the price and quantity demanded, and due to the inverse relationship the demand curve is sloping downwards. Now we look into the why does demand curve slopes downwards in detail. So first point which supports the theory is law of diminishing marginal utility, and this concept was given by Professor Alfred Marshall, and he tells that or as the consumer has more and more of a commodity, its marginal utility to him goes on declining. That is, if a consumer is consuming more and more of a commodity, his satisfaction keeps on declining. Okay, so here law of diminishing marginal utility, diminishing is decreasing, marginal is additional, utility satisfaction. So when a person consumes more and more of a commodity, his utility keeps on diminishing. This supports the concept the demand curve slopes downwards. Now law of EQ marginal utility. This concept is also given by Professor Alfred Marshall, and he tells here it is EQ marginal utility, that is equal satisfaction from the additional commodity which the consumer gets. Okay, for example, if a person wants to get apple and oranges, he has 100 rupees with him, so he is spending on purchasing apple and oranges. So here he need not spend equally for purchasing apple and orange, instead he can purchase it in any combination, but the satisfaction which he derives from the consumption of apple should be equal to the consumption of oranges. That is called as EQ marginal utility, that is equal satisfaction from the additional commodity which he purchases. Okay, now the third one, different uses of the commodity. Some commodities can be put to several uses, which leads to downward sloping of the demand curve. For such commodities, when the prices goes high, the commodities will be used for important purposes alone, and when the prices goes or falls down, the commodity will be used for all purposes. For example, tomato. If the price of tomato increases, it will be used only for basic cooking purpose. If the price of tomato falls, it will be used for making pickle, making jam, etc. So here the different uses of the commodity supports the concept the demand curve slopes downwards. Next, different desires of people. We have different groups of people, so the desires of each person differs. So based on that concept also, the demand curve slopes downwards. For example, in a classroom there are 60 students, so we can just group them into 4 as 15 each. So group A, B, C and D. So group A, they will be like fond of movies, so they want to watch the movie on the first day and they are ready to pay any price for that. And second, group B, they are also fond of movies but they are not ready to pay extra money for that, so they are ready to watch in the first week. And group C, they like movies but it is not any necessary for them to watch it on the first day or on the first week. They would like to watch like after 6 months, that is well and good for them. And group D, they are not at all interested in watching movies. So you can find that the desires of the people is different. As there are different desires of people, it supports the concept that demand curve slopes downwards. Next is the income effect and substitution effect. So the income effect, increase in income means increase in the purchasing power of the consumer. With fall in the price of a commodity, the consumer's real income or the purchasing power rises. and the consumer demands more of the commodity. Okay, this is said to be the income effect. That is, when price falls, the demand rises. Okay, and substitution effect. So here, when the price of the commodity rises, a consumer feels that relative prices of other goods have reduced. So the consumer prefers to buy less quantity of the commodity whose price has risen. Okay, so that is, if the substitute commodities price changes, obviously there will be changes in the demand for the commodity. Okay, that is only explained in this substitution effect. Okay, next is the psychological behavior. That is, when the price of the commodity falls, people like to purchase more, and when the price rises, people like to purchase less. This is the basic concept of any normal human being, a rational human being. So psychologically itself, people would like to prefer more when the price is less, and purchase less when the price is more. So these are the concepts which supports the theory demand, and because of these concepts, we say that the demand curve slopes downwards from left to right. Okay, yes, I hope you all could have understood the topic. If you have any doubts, you can post it in the comment box. You can also have, if you have any suggestions, you can post a comment. If you're really interested in my video, do support me by clicking the like button, share it, and also subscribe my channel. Thank you all.